Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Friday, January 3rd, 2025. So, did you do the crossword?
I did do the crossword.
And was it a grand crossword?
It was grand, yes.
Good.
And it was good.
It was good and it was grand.
Uh-huh.
What made it grand?
It was easy.
Which crossword were you doing?
I was doing the Friday one.
From the New York Times?
It was relatively easy this week for me.
Okay.
Of course, I did have help.
Right.
But, we kind of breezed right through it. So.
I breezed through about 3/4 of it and then had a little bit of difficulty.
Where'd you have difficulty?
Can you guess?
No.
Come on, give it a try.
We had no difficulty anywhere.
Really?
Really?
Okay. Well, if you thought I was going to have difficulty, where do you think I would have it?
I think you might have it in the lower right corner.
You're correct.
Really?
Yes. I had a lot of trouble there.
Oh.
I had trouble with 41 down, curling target, because I could not stop thinking about curling with the little concrete sliders that you push and people sweep and you try and get things inside a circle.
Right.
But this curling target was bicep.
Yes.
Which was cute.
Yes, it was.
Now, I did have it starting with B because I knew 41 across. Woody's crush in Toy Story was Bo Peep.
That's right.
So I was coming up with BOCCE. I'm not even sure what that is, but
I think it's a game, right?
Well,
it
is a sport. That's what I was thinking of, and so it tied in somewhat with the wrong interpretation of curling
that
yes. I had developed.
Mm-hmm. Now we were thinking the sport too, and then we were thinking, well, maybe it has something to do with hair. You know, like curling hair.
Yes, I had bangs in there for a while.
Oh, you did?
I was pretty pleased with bangs. I bangs and boche.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. That was for... Yeah, that's right. I had bangs for curling target. And then, yes.
We eventually got it with the crosses, because 47 across, much sought after commodity in Dune. Our youngest knew that right away. Spice.
See, no, it was water. The thing they didn't have on Dune was water. That was the most valuable thing, because without water, you die. That's why they always wore those water reclamation suits. Everybody knows that, except the author of the crossword, Colin Adams, and the editor, Will Shorts, and apparently everybody else other than me. So, so I had water in there instead of spice.
Oh, well, that would sort of mess things up.
That messed a whole... You'd be amazed how little you can do when you put water in the middle of that.
Yeah, because then you don't have any of the right letters.
Right. Yeah, I mean, just everything broke at that point. So, for instance, 45 down, hit makers. I had stars because I needed to have the T of water run into something. But once you put in spice, it turns out that hit makers could be fists.
That's right.
Which is slightly amusing.
Yes, it is. And 45 across, small stretches, perhaps. Of course, our youngest was thinking, some sort of exercise or muscle or something, but turned out to be fibs.
Yes, and since I had boche in there, I was trying to come up with, I had jogs. Like a stretch is like a jog. And then I thought about eons, but that's a rather long stretch, not a small stretch. So I was spinning my wheels in this corner. Mm-hmm. I didn't know 53 across. The post-game photo op between two opposing players, the jersey swap.
Jersey swap.
Did you know that?
No.
But
once we got a few letters, we figured it out.
Okay.
We got the 54 down motif in 1995's Seven movie, and that was sin because it was sort of based on the 7 deadly sins.
See, I had no idea.
Mm-hmm. And then dominates 49 down was owns. We knew it started with an O because 49 across was singer Rita.
See,
Rita Ora.
I didn't know the reader. I couldn't remember Rita's name. I thought it was Rita Mae, M-A-E.
No, Rita Ora. And we knew 51 down, church part, apps.
Yes, I knew that one.
Mm-hmm. So we had that whole corner pretty much, because 50 down was power or frequency, essentially, which is rate. So we had that whole corner. So that really helped us, because we had the WAP. So we figured swap. Well, we actually had the swap because we had sin. And
by the time you're finished, you're going to be saying, well, we had the whole thing.
Well, we did. We had that whole little corner there. So what do they, two opposing players swap? They swap
insults.
Their jerseys.
I had the insult swap.
And then, we had the INTS in the next one. They're part of the story. And I have to say, our son got the plot point. He figured that one out. And
you're looking where now?
56 across.
56 across plot points, right?
Story, yeah, plot points.
Yeah, I was going for like.
Anyway, yeah, we didn't have a whole lot of problems.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we did know quite a few of them already.
Right. Yeah, I had trouble with 48 down. Simple question on a high schooler's hand-drawn poster. Prom, yes. I had no idea.
Oh, yeah.
And I did know 53 across, 53 down. PNG alternative was JPEG, JPG.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that was the only bit I knew.
Oh,
The rest of the crossword was interesting.
Yeah,
and I got
a lot of interesting clues and answers.
Right.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any real serious problem anywhere else other than, I think it's usually because, by the time I get to wherever I'm going to get stuck, I've been working the longest and I'm starting to sort of lose focus.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So
yes, I know that feeling. Mm-hmm. 52 across, ice skating move. Your son said to me, what could that be? I said, well, it could be leap, it could be axle, it could be, I was thinking of all these 4-letter words that they use in skating. Turned out to be Lutz.
Yeah, I went for axle, and then I went for leap. Mm-hmm. And then I went for jete, Jete, but I think that's a ballet move.
Ballet, yes.
But I figured, ice skating is sort of like ballet on skates.
In many ways, yes.
But the trouble is it needed to go with 42 down. Bad sound to hear by a kitchen counter. Splat.
Yes.
That was cute. Mm-hmm. I had smash at one point.
Oh,
It really isn't a sound, but... At the end of splat coming off of the T we had set back to 0 in a way was tear.
Right.
I found
right. We had a little trouble getting that one, and then we were mad because we had a little trouble getting that. That made it's like, of course, tear.
Right. Well, we did have for what may be the second day running 43 down Dutch constituent in the Caribbean, Aruba.
That's right.
I think Will Shorts is going on vacation to Aruba.
Well, could be.
And that's why it keeps popping up in the crossword. Or he's trying to get someone to go with him to Aruba, and he figures if he just makes that show up enough times in the crosswords, they will be persuaded.
Right.
Let's see. We had 13 down. 13 down was whiteout, say, and I had a race. Because I figure when you white out something, you erase it.
Right.
But it was snowy.
Yes. Yes, we got that because we had 10 across. What a bodybuilder builds during a bulk cycle. We knew that was mass.
We did or he did?
No, we both kind of came up with that.
Really?
And then 16 across, closing on Sundays. I knew that was amen.
See, I knew that was blue, like in the blue laws.
Oh, no. Amen.
Well, right.
Mm-hmm. And then a mulligan, we had something, I can't remember what. It was like I think we had a pass.
Oh,
But it was a redo.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then 21 across, strength, poetically, sinew.
Yes.
Does that sound poetic? Sinew.
It sounded like it might be the correct answer.
Yes.
But no, I didn't... That didn't come to me too quickly. Mm-hmm. 23 across, heaps of dressing, ? Was laundry.
That was very funny.
Yes.
We both laughed at that one. Mm-hmm.
Command to stay, don't leave. I had don't, and I'm like, I wanted it to be don't move, but needed that extra letter there.
Mm-hmm. Where we ended up was actually at 19 across, which was the eponymous tourist destination in Belgium. Mm-hmm. Turned out to be Spa.
Really?
Yeah, we weren't quite sure. We weren't quite sure if 3 down, Hindu god of love was Kama. We had Kam, but we weren't quite sure of the 4th letter.
Absolutely Kama.
Uh-huh. And then we both got 2 down. Some part dining hall food was slop. We didn't know that.
Yep.
And then we weren't quite sure on 1 down. Common nap times in brief.
Yeah, but it's plural.
Yes.
So it had to start with an S.
Well,
the 19 across had to start with an S.
Depends on how it's abbreviated. Whatever it was supposed to be abbreviated, how it was turned out to be afternoons, and they abbreviated it AFTS.
Right.
So but that's where we ended up, because we got it all filled in. That bottom corner that you kind of struggled with, we got that all filled out, and of course it didn't solve. And I said, I know it's that 19 across. We're not sure what it is, but eventually we put in spa.
Mm-hmm.
We were thinking, is it some sort of, like something to do with the European Union or because that's headquartered there. But no, it was just a town named Spa, and they have a spa there, I guess. They have a lot of mineral baths and things. So
I like them.
We looked it up.
I like the middle on the left. Like 25 across, responded identically to was echoed. Mm-hmm. And 25 down, I thought was interesting. Australia declared war on them in 1932 in an attempt to stop them from destroying crops. Right. Emus. Mm-hmm. Or possibly emus. I think we have some listeners from Australia.
Oh, really?
Listeners from Australia. Do you pronounce it emus or emus? Let us. I bet it's emus.
I think it is.
Yeah,
yes.
Right. I would be very much amused. But feel free, Australian listeners, to give us the definitive answer.
Right.
Unless maybe different parts of Australia have different ways of pronouncing things. I could see that happening. Let's see here. I liked 34 across, like a face telling a spooky campfire story, maybe uplit.
Yes.
That's a very interesting description.
Did you know 21 down? That's rather unfortunate, dismissively.
Sucks to be you?
Yes.
I didn't. It didn't leap to mind, but I had enough letters to see where it was going. So that wasn't too hard.
I guess I've heard that phrase. Of course, I never used it, but our son figured that one out.
Yeah,
he said it looks like sucks to be you, but I'm like, well, let's put it in.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. Let's see, 48 across. 48 across
40,
was
48.
I'm sorry. Yeah, 46 across was cherish.
Yeah.
And I wanted it to be adore.
That's what we put in.
But it was prize.
That's right. Yeah, we had. Well, you knew once we read 42 down of the bad sound in the kitchen, that had to be a P.
Right.
That had to be splat. Wow.
And let's see, for 2 musicians, 31 down was adieu, A-D-U-E.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I found this to be sort of challenging. I'm now deeply concerned about what Saturday is going to be like. I will tell you where I ended up, or at least, I guess this was my mistake. I had a bunch of problems, but 30 across, ringing nuisance was a prank call. I thought it was going to be a crank call.
Oh,
But I'm not sure about the difference between a crank call and a prank call. Mm-hmm. But I had C for a while, but 30 down. Couldn't have said it better myself was precisely.
That's correct, yes.
So this is a good crossword. Mm-hmm. It was by Colin Adams.
Very good, Colin.
Yes, his 4th. And I think that's it for the crossword, but it's Friday.
That's right.
Which means it's time for Fun Fact Friday. And yesterday, we had a crossword that contained a quote. And the quote was from Stephen Wright.
That's right.
And so what we're going to do today is talk a little bit about Stephen Alexander Wright. Born December 6, 1955, is an American stand-up comedian, actor, writer, and film producer. He is known for his distinctive, lethargic voice and slow, deadpan delivery of ironic, philosophical, and sometimes nonsensical jokes, paradoxians, non-sequiturs, anti-humor, and one-liners with contrived situations. Wright was ranked as the 15th greatest comedian by Rolling Stone in 2017.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. His accolades include the Academy Award for Best Live Action Short Film, for starring in writing and producing the short film The Appointments of Dennis Jennings. Never heard of it. I think I really want to go see it. And 2 Primetime Emmy Award nominations as a producer of Louie. He did a supporting role as Leon in the Peabody Award-winning tragicomedy web series Horace and Pete. He was born at Mount Auburn Hospital in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and grew up in Burlington, Ma., one of 4 children of Lucille Dolly and Alexander K. Wright. He was raised Catholic. His mother was Italian-American and his father of Scottish descent. Wright's father worked as an electronics technician who tested a lot of stuff for NASA during the Apollo spacecraft program. When that program ended, he worked as a truck driver. Wright began performing stand-up comedy in 1979 at the Comedy Connection in Boston. Wright cites stand-up comic George Carlin and director and former stand-up comic Woody Allen as comedic influences. In 1982, Peter Lassley, executive producer of NBC's The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, saw Wright performing on a bill with other local comics at the Ding Ho Comedy Club in Cambridge, a venue Wright described as half Chinese restaurant and half comedy club. It was a pretty weird place. Lassley booked Wright on The Tonight Show, and Wright so impressed host Johnny Carson and the studio audience that less than a week later he was invited to appear on the show again.
Wow.
Wright's 1985 comedy album, I Have a Pony, was released on Warner Brothers Records, received critical acclaim, and was nominated for the Grammy Award for Best Comedy Album. The album's success landed him an HBO special in the On Location series, taped at Wolfgang's in San Francisco. It was broadcast as a Stephen Wright special. By then, Wright had firmly developed a new brand of obscure, laid-back performing and was rapidly building a cult-like following and an on-stage persona characterized by an aura of obscurity, with his penchant for non-sequiturs and impassive, slow delivery adding to his mystique. The performance became one of HBO's longest-running and most requested comedy specials and propelled him to great success in the college arena concert circuit. So there are a few fun facts about Stephen Wright.
Wow.
And if you don't know who Stephen Wright is, wander over to wherever you stream things from and have a listen. He is very, very funny.
He is a very funny comedian.
Yep. And that is it for today. So what's your prediction about tomorrow's crossword?
It's
Easy,
going
hard?
to be hard.
Really? Okay.
Don't you think?
Hard with a chance of impossible. That's my forecast.
It's going to be as hard as it's going to be as cold in northeast Wisconsin.
Ha, pshaw. It's going to be a nice balmy 3, I think, tonight.
Yes.
All right. Well, that is it for today then. So thanks, everyone, for listening. Good luck as you sit down to tackle Saturday's crossword. We're going to do the same.
Yep.
And we'll be back to talk about that tomorrow.
Bye-bye.